line of work is I'm a screenwriter, novelist, and short story writer. I also work as an executive assistant for a cancer research scientist at UCLA's David Geffen School of Medicine. My best attribute is two, actually. They go hand in hand: resilience and perseverance. And I say that because I've got a lot of resilience and a lot of perseverance that I've acquired over the years. So those are my best attributes. What do I wish people would stop asking me? Well, that's funny because people don't ask me anything frequently enough to make me wish that they would stop asking me that. So I'd have to say what I wish people would start asking me is, when's your next book coming out? When's your next film coming out? We loved your last one so much. When's the next one coming out? That's what I wish people would start asking me. What am I completely over and done with? I'd have to say negativity. I'm so over and done with people spreading negativity and fear, especially using the media or social media to promote fear, negativity, and hatred. There's so much potential to spread positivity, compassion, love, and light that there's just no more room in the world for more negativity. It's so much easier to share a smile, and it just makes you feel so much better. I'd like to share a little quote that goes along with that line of thought, and it's by Damien Barr, a British writer and journalist. And it goes like this. He says, "We are not all in the same boat. We are in the same storm. Some have a yacht, some have a canoe, and some are drowning. Just be kind and help whoever you can." I love that quote because the bottom line is spread positivity. The worst thing about being female is, to me, gender inequality as far as equal pay and career advancement. Women have it harder than men to earn as much money as they do and to get advanced in their career as frequently and as completely as men do, because oftentimes women are looked over for promotions in favor of their male coworkers. So I'd say the worst thing about being female is gender inequality in equal pay and career advancement. The best thing about being female is that right now there is a huge demand for female-driven content. So being a female writer, it's great right now for that because there's such a high demand for creating content that's female-driven for female audiences. So I think that's the best thing about being female right now. Who has had the biggest impact on my life? I'd say that person is my mother. She was a huge reader, an avid reader, and she read to me and my siblings starting at an extremely young age. I mean, like before we could even talk, she read to us nightly before bed. And she instilled in me a lifelong love of books and a hunger for learning and knowledge. And I think the most important lesson she taught me was that no matter how difficult life may be at the moment, it's always going to get better given enough time. And to that end, I think the most impactful lesson she taught me was to love myself and to love God. And if I could do those two things continually, then everything else would fall into place in my life. What is my biggest challenge in life in general? I'd say my biggest challenge in life in general is I tend to be impatient with the status quo. I always want more artistic and creative success as a writer, and so I'm oftentimes impatient with the process of growing into those successes or the process of becoming or evolving into those successes. So I think that's my biggest challenge in life in general, is being patient. I'd say the biggest lesson life has taught me is that the energy that you put out into the universe around you is what comes back to you tenfold. I think that's why it's so important to exude confidence, compassion, love, and light. Because what you sow is what you reap. And whether you call it karma, cause and effect, or law of attraction, what you sow is what you reap. The word that best describes me is probably perseverance. And I say that because over my life, I've encountered a lot of difficult situations and circumstances that I've had to overcome. And I've done that by persevering. And that's simply because the alternative is just giving up hope and laying down and dying, and that's not an option. So I think the word that best describes me is perseverance. But I'd like to say the word that I'm striving to make most describe me is gratitude. Like a deep psychological feeling or being grateful for everything in your life, the good and the not so good. Because like the old adage says, if you never learn the language of gratitude, you'll never be able to speak with happiness. The word that best describes my view of the world at this time is hope, because I have an enormous and renewed sense of hope in 2021 in the future. And that's because 2020 was such a hard year with the pandemic, the huge loss of life, people losing loved ones, friends and family, losing their jobs, the economic downturn, the stress and isolation of being in lockdown was so difficult that already I think 2021 is much better. And as far as our country is concerned, in the US specifically, I think 2020 was politically and racially the most divisive and destructive year I have ever lived through. And I've lived a pretty long time. So I think 2021 has an enormous potential for change, and people are embracing that change. So that's why I think the one word that best describes my worldview right now is hope. When I hear the word Enfuego, what comes to mind is flames or fiery passion or tango dancing or tequila shots. But I think when I hear the word Enfuego entertainment, I think of empowered storytelling that uplifts and enlightens and entertains, but mostly makes people think. Okay, my idea of the perfect mate is someone who is smart, funny, and has no missing teeth. Oh my God, I have stolen something. And I remember it as a child. I was like in the first grade, and I took a decoder ring from the dime store, and when I got home, my mother found it, and she knew I took it. She took me back to the store and made me give it back to the manager. And so from that time on, I've never stolen anything else. If I had the opportunity to be super brilliant or super funny, I think I would choose to be super funny, because laughter is life's best medicine. That's an interesting question. If I ever met myself at a party, would I hang out with myself? And I'd have to say, probably yes, because the older I get, the fewer parties I go to, and the ones I go to are with people I love and want to be around. And I'm usually in a great mood and engaged in enlightening and meaningful conversations. So I'd say, given that scenario, I would want to hang out with me. If I was on a desert island with one other person, who would I want that person to be? My soulmate. I haven't met him yet, but I'm looking. Do I see an optimistic future in our country? I'd have to say yes, I do, because there's such a huge potential for growth, both as individuals and as a society, to embrace different cultures and peoples like immigrants or diverse groups, and to really step up and take care of the planet and preserve the environment. But most importantly, I think, to leave the world in a better condition than the way we found it. And I have an optimistic view for our country's future, because I think the younger generations are doing just that. They're embracing this fight against climate change. and the struggle to leave a smaller carbon footprint on the world and to basically uplift the quality of life for everybody globally. So I think I do have a very optimistic view of our country's future.